What up?
Hey guys. So on this episode, we're gonna take you guys to downtown New Orleans. Something I've always wanted to do. I booked us a night tour for one of the most famous cemeteries downtown New Orleans. It's the St. Louis Cemetery #1, where the famous Marie Laveau is buried, along with another famous person, Homer Plessy. Anybody in education knows who that is. Who else?
For us, it's not an education. Who is that?
Homer Plessy. He was a civil rights activist. Plessy versus Ferguson, Brown versus Board of Education. Anyways, well, it's not that important. But anyways, so
I'll see if I can find something, put it in the description if you want to read about it.
yeah. So anyways, and then I think, was it Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage supposedly bought
Something.
They call them vaults, I guess. Above ground holes. I don't know what you call them.
But tombs.
Yeah, there we go. Above ground tombs.
You know,
There's something interesting about that.
yeah.
We'll make sure to talk about that when we actually get there.
Yeah. Also, this tour, unfortunately, had to be a guided tour. But it said that there were no, videography was not allowed. So we took lots of pictures. So we'll have to do probably some voiceover for some of it, won't we? Yeah, but it was awesome. And I booked us the 8 p.m. because I wanted it to be like right at sunset. I thought that would be kind of neat.
We didn't want to get shot in the dark in downtown New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're pretty excited about it. And it has been raining pretty heavily on and off all day. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully it's showing that the rain is supposed to be gone by the time we start our tour. So
yeah, it's terrible.
yeah. But anyways, so
yep, we didn't realize this one was pictures only,
yeah.
or maybe we would have looked at, because there's a couple of different companies down here. I think this one's through the city.
Yeah, it's through the Catholic Archdiocese or something like that. I think
because they're like historians.
Yeah.
So there's some private companies you can do them with, just not to this graveyard, and they'll allow you to do whatever you want.
Yeah, because there's another one that
but I think they call those more like ghost tours instead of.
Yeah, there's several that you can do that are self-guided tours, but this one in particular had to be a guided tour. So but it was definitely a bucket list thing for me. I've always wanted to go and explore, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yep, so stay tuned. We'll show some pictures. We'll have some creepy music playing, I guess, and then one of us will do voiceover. Probably her, because I can't pronounce most of these French names down here.
And I can.
Well, you do better than me.
Well, I'll probably butcher it anyways. I don't know, but we'll give you the best of what we can do. So,
yep. And hopefully we don't get pickpocketed or shot or kidnapped while we're downtown New Orleans in the dark.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We're not going to be around bourbon, so I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Adios.
See you in a little bit. Our tour starts at Basin St station right across from the cemetery. Before we even stepped through the cemetery gates, we were already standing in a building with its own piece of New Orleans history.
NOTP actually stands for the Cincinnati, New Orleans, and Texas Pacific Railroad. They were bought out by the Southern Rail, but they had big plans. They wanted to go all over from Cincinnati to Ohio, down here to New Orleans, all the way out to Texas. They didn't make it before they got bought out, which now the Southern is owned by Norfolk Southern, which is where they get the southern part of their name from.
Basin St station sits on the former site of the New Orleans Terminal Company and Southern Railway Freight Office building. In the early 1900s, this area was part of a busy transportation crossroads for the city, with railroads, freight, passengers, and travelers all moving through this part of New Orleans. Street Station is a visitor center, but it still carries that old railroad history. It is kind of fitting that a tour about the past begins in a place that once helped connect people, goods, and stories coming in and out of the city. We knew going into this tour that we would not be able to take much video inside the cemetery, but this was something we really wanted to experience for ourselves, especially at night. We decided on the 8 p.m. tour because the sun was starting to set, and it gave the cemetery an eerie, unforgettable feeling that made the whole experience feel one of a kind. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 is one of the most historic cemeteries in New Orleans. Like so much of the city, its history is layered with stories of tragedy, culture, faith, survival, and mystery. One of the things that we learned about was how the above-ground tombs work. Because of the water table and the climate in New Orleans, many burials are done in tombs instead of a traditional underground grave. Our tour guide's name was Dan, and he explained to us that some of the wall tombs could get extremely hot inside, usually up to around 350 degrees. Traditionally, when somebody's placed inside the tomb, the family has to wait 1 year and 1 day before the tomb can be opened again. After that, the remains can be moved into the lower chamber, or something called the caveau, I think that's how he said it, which allows the same tomb to be used again for another family member. Throughout the cemetery, there are different types of tombs. Some of them are family tombs that are passed down throughout generations. Others are society tombs built for groups of people connected by culture, religion, occupation, or community. One of the pictures that we took was of the Italia tomb. That was an example of a society tomb. Those tombs that specific tomb holds more than 1,000 people. And it does really show how much influence different communities had in shaping the history of New Orleans. One of the tombs that we talked about earlier was Homer Plessy. He was a civil rights activist whose story played a major role in our history. Of course, he was a Creole, which is a term often used in New Orleans to describe people born in the city with mixed cultural backgrounds. He was 1/8 black, as our tour guide told us, and in 1892, he had challenged segregation laws by sitting in a whites-only train car. He was arrested for this, and his case became known as Plessy versus Ferguson. Even though it took many more decades for major changes to happen, Homer Plessy was determined to make a difference. His actions did become part of the long fight for civil rights and equal protection under the 14th Amendment. One of the real reasons why I wanted to go to this tour was because I'd heard the stories of Marie Laveau. She was the New Orleans legendary voodoo queen. She was born in 1801 and died in 1881. Her home was once located on St. Anne Street, which is, I think he said, 4 doors down from Rampart Street, which is close to the Congo Square in Armstrong Park. Not only was she known throughout the city for a connection to voodoo, but she was a midwife, an herbalist, and a trusted woman in the community, so everyone came to her for help, healing, guidance, and support. Also, she was someone that people in the neighborhood knew and trusted, and she was seen as the go-to person for families, children, and people who needed help. Her influence was not just about mystery, it was also about community healing and the role that she played in their lives. We also learned about the markings that people used to leave on the tomb associated with her. including the 3 X's. Many believe that the marking on the tomb and making a wish would bring her back, granting them blessings or whatever. One interesting thing that our guide pointed out is that the tomb with the 3 X's that we've included in the slideshow is actually on the opposite side, which shows how much legend, confusion, and storytelling has grown around her over time. Today, marking the tombs is not allowed because it damages the historic cemetery. But even without the markings, her story is still one of the most fascinating parts of St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. The tour also touched on the deep cultural roots of New Orleans, including Congo Square, Creole culture, and the history of the voodoo, or not the voodoo, but of voodoo in the city. Dan mentioned Voodoo Authentica, which is a place where people can go to learn more about the real history and tradition behind voodoo, beyond the myths and the stereotypes. We also heard stories connected to New Orleans music history, including King Creole and Louis Armstrong's mentor, which was also another reminder of just how much culture is tied to the city. Walking through St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 as the sun was setting made the experience feel completely different. The old tombs, the narrow paths, the iron gates, and the stories behind the people buried there made it eerie, historic, but unforgettable. This wasn't a place where we felt like we needed to film everything anyway, so it was kind of really a blessing in disguise. It was one of those experiences that you just need to take in. New Orleans does have a way of making history feel alive, even if you do visit a cemetery.
What's up, guys? It's late. We just got done doing a I guess it's not really a ghost adventure, but it was a cemetery tour in downtown New Orleans. It was pretty cool. I don't remember the name of it, so she'll have to talk about it.
We're at Basin Street Station. And we did the guided tour of the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, which is famous for people. It has famous people like Homer Plessy and Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen. Also, there was a tomb that Nicolas Cage has put in recently.
It wasn't recently. It was like mid-2000s. He did it for tax evasion.
Yeah.
That's what we were told anyways.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's not very good at managing money, and IRS was putting some liens on all of his properties. So I don't...
Yeah.
What, can you like resell them? I don't understand why he...
I don't know.
He didn't really explain that. But
I kind of lost track a little bit because I was just...
Yeah, we couldn't take videos. No videos allowed inside of the station or inside of the cemetery, so we have
lots of pictures.
Yeah, we have lots of pictures, and we'll just do voiceovers.
Yeah, with some historical information on some of the more well-known stuff. I took lots of notes. But I highly recommend this tour. They do day tours as well. But I specifically wanted a night tour, and here with this cemetery, it has to be a guided tour. You have to purchase a guided tour.
It's owned by the church.
Yeah, the Archdiocese, so it's Catholic Church.
And they just don't let they don't let just random people go in unguided. Like, it has to be family members or somebody that's I guess allowed to maintain the. They're not graves, whatever.
The property.
Yeah. So.
Cemetery.
But yeah, that's it.
But we have more planned, so you'll have to stay tuned.
Yep. So make sure you hit the give us a thumbs up if you thought this was kind of cool. Hit the like or the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted for the next video that we're coming out with.
Yeah, and tell us in the comments if you guys would do a cemetery tour or not. At night.
Yeah, it wasn't too scary.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, we were at the back of the line, so, you know, I kept joking that something was going to grab me and drag me off into the shadows. And because it was dark in there. I mean, the only lights you had were from the lights from the city.
And then they had, some of the tombs had little lanterns or
LED
those
lanterns.
Or those solar lights that you can put in the ground. So some of them had those too. But yeah, I highly recommend. That was fun. It was about a 45-minute tour. Very knowledgeable guide that we had. His name was Dan. Dan. He was
Dan the man.
Yes, Dan the man was, and he had a plan. Dan the man had a plan.
Yeah, we'll post a link to this in the description.
He was a fast talker too.
If you guys want to take a gander at it when you're coming down here to New Orleans. But yeah, that was, I guess this video gave it up of where we were also, because the last video we left you hanging with 2 clues. So if you guessed New Orleans, you got it right. If you guessed anywhere else, you got it wrong. Sucks to be you. But yeah, we're in New Orleans.
Gabe thought we was going to the Caribbean with our RV, remember?
Really, Gabe?
No, Gabe.
No.
Still wouldn't mind that $20 though.
Yeah, I could use that for fuel. Diesel fuel's expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we're in New Orleans for a little while. So this will be our New Orleans tour, I guess.
Yeah, we got some stuff planned for sure. Which, I mean, we do. We're gonna get fat and try a bunch of different beignets. Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what a beignet is, that's a overrated donut, basically. I don't know when we're doing that, and that's really the only thing else I know. So then we'll be winging it after that.
I've got some other stuff planned.
Well, you ain't told me, so.
Well, you'll have to stay tuned and find out.
I guess I will too.
Yeah.
Just like you guys. I find out every morning. Because I didn't even realize we were doing this until yesterday. Because we talked about doing a ghost tour like a while ago when we were planning this, where they actually, it was like, what, like 2-hour tour or something like that? Where you walk around the city to different places that are supposedly haunted and go to like a, what's his name, John Fro's pirate bar or whatever.
John Fro?
I don't know, what is
Jean Lafitte?
Yeah, that's close.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, supposedly to his pirate bar that's supposedly haunted, but we never actually like booked it.
No.
And then you just booked this without even asking.
I just don't know about a ghost tour though, because it's a little scary.
You just walked around a cemetery with a bump ground
those
graves
people are
in the dark.
Yeah, true, but
you can't say them people are dead because the other people were dead too.
I don't know. Y'all think we should do it?
Should we do a ghost tour?
Should we do a ghost tour? Y'all let us know.
Better let us know quick.
Yeah, you gotta let us know quick.
Now we're gonna try to get out of the city because they were doing a little racer car takeover, supposedly like what, a couple blocks away.
Yeah.
We could hear them the whole time we were in the graveyard. But then as we left, it was funny that all the city tow trucks were hauling butt towards that direction. I told her, I said, yeah, they're going to start impounding people's cars that are down there. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to get out of here so we don't get in trouble. Go to bed.
Yeah, because we're all plumb. I'm wore out. And this was only...
Well, it's 10 o'clock at home.
Well, technically, when they see this video, it will already be done with the vacation, right?
Yeah. You guys will see this in 2 weeks. Because we got to,
We'll have one that posts tomorrow.
Which is the 7th. So a week from the 7th, you'll see this video.
The 14th will be this video. But still let us know if we should do a ghost tour, because we have plans even after we leave this place. So
you never know, might do a ghost tour somewhere else if we're somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's places like this all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
I think that's it. We're going, like I said, it'll be nothing but a bunch of pictures.
And then we have some B-roll.
Yeah, you'll do the voiceover because you got it all typed up of what he was saying.
I might do the voiceover.
Yeah.
I might make you do it. People seem to like to hear you talk.
And then we'll do all right. We'll see y'all next time. We're gonna get out of the city.
Good night.
Deuces. Good night.